What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we're gonna have a look at a brand new pair of AirPods Pro clones. Now these are going to be the Superpods version 5.5 that you can get on AliExpress. This is going to be an updated version of the Superpods version 4.5 with some improvements. Everything I talk about in this video will be down below in the description, so you guys can have a look at that. And do subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see a real versus fake, or if you want to see the Superpods version 4.5 versus the Superpods version 5.5, and also comment down below. Without any further ado, let's check these out. Now down below in the description, you guys can have a look at the Superpods version 5.5, which will cost approximately $70. It is a little bit more expensive than the Superpods version 4.5 due to the increased cost from the factory, but here are the Superpods version 5.5. It is going to be wrapped in a plastic, and you're also going to have the pull tab. It will come in a double box to decrease the chance of getting your product confiscated through customs. Now I have already been using this product for a while. I've had it for over a month, and I've been testing out the battery, the ANC, the transparency mode, and of course the sound quality. When it comes to the specification of the Superpods version 4.5, you're going to get Bluetooth 5.0, name change mapping, GPS positioning like the previous versions, and of course you're going to get the pressure control, air detections, audio sharing feature, real active noise cancellation, and real transparency mode. The chipset used on the Superpods version 5.5 is going to be different than the Superpods version 4.5. On this one, it was rumored that it used the BS 2300YP chipset. With this version, you should have better ANC, approximately 80-85% like the original ones, and of course you are also going to have real spatial audio head tracking. Another upgrade on the Superpods version 5.5 compared to the Superpods version 4.5 is that this is going to have the improved battery life. So let's have a look at the Superpods version 5.5. Now as for the packaging, it is going to be wrapped in a plastic. I did try to pull tab and then they just ripped. So here is the packaging of the box. Of course we've got the Apple logo, the AirPods Pro with the wireless charging case, the other Apple logo, and then at the bottom of course we are going to have the Apple's trademark. On the side of the box we are going to have the sticker with the serial number, and this serial number is going to match the engravings on the lid of the case. So let's open the box. Really easy to open the cover of the box. The first thing you'll see is the little packet that says designed by Apple in California, and then on the back we have some writings right here. Inside this little packet we are going to have 4 manuals. Of course we've got the user manual from Apple, the regulatory compliance information, the 1-year warranty cards, and finally we got the safety and handling cards. Now just like any other clones, the user manuals are pretty much identical to the other sellers. After that, in the box we are going to have the AirPods Pros wrapped in a plastic. Here are the Superpods version 5.5. We are going to have the ear tips in this little packet. Now if you do open them up, as you can see we do have the small and the large, and they're not going to fall. And then finally in the box we're going to have the charging cable, which is Lightning to USB-C. Now if you're charging the Superpods version 5.5, you can use the cable that came in the box or the cable that came with as a gift, or you can simply use the cable with your iPhone. And it definitely has the wireless charging capability if you do have a wireless charging pad. So let's put this aside and have a look at the Superpods version 5.5. As you can tell, they are wrapped in a plastic. It does have a decent wrapping job, but of course not as good as the ones from Apple. Let's have a look at these. So here is the case, the Superpods version 5.5. As you can see, we do have the LED in the front. You do have the metal hinge in the back and engravings that says designed by Apple in California, assembled in China. And finally in the back we are going to have the pairing button. Now the metal hinge right here does feel really high quality. It does feel like a real metal and not plastic, and also the color seems slightly closer to 1:1 to the real Apple's AirPods Pros when it is compared to the Superpods version 4.5. So on the front of the case we can see that it has an LED diffuser, but I can tell that it is not as good as the Superpods version 4.5. And if we do open up the lid, we are going to have the engravings on top. The serial number on top of the lid is going to match the one on the box. So on my left side is the Superpods version 4.5, and on my right side is the Superpods version 5.5. So if you do test the reverse magnetic hinge, as you can tell, they're not going to fall. They have really strong magnets. And if I do try to shake the case, you can see that the Superpods version 5.5 do have a stronger reverse magnetic hinge. So as you can tell here, we got the green LED. Once again, the engravings on top of the lid. And here is going to be the metal hinge. The charging pins on the bottom of the case are pretty one-to-one to the ones from Apple. Here are going to be the AirPods Pros, the Superpods version 5.5. Here's a close look of the metal vent, the metal mesh, of course the 120 ear tips. Gonna fit pretty well, really easy to remove and really easy to install. We also have these two little holes on the ear tips like the original ones, and of course the medium size. On the bottom we're going to have the engravings. We do have the left and right indicator, and finally we have the same charging mechanism, the chrome ring and the white plastic. So right now I'm going to show you guys the wireless capability of the Superpods version 5.5. Here they are, and here is the MagSafe charger, and let's have a look if it does work. So I'm going to place it on the wireless charger, and as you can tell, right away we do have the orange LED, which means that they are charging perfectly fine. So to connect to your iPhone or to your Android phone, it's really simple. All you have to do is simply turn on Bluetooth connection. I'm currently running on the latest version of iOS 14, and then open up the lid of the AirPods Pros, tap on connect, hold the pink button in the back until it says connecting, and then you will see the white LED on the case. And here they are. You can tap on skip. We also have Hey Siri, Not Now, and also the spatial audio function. And here as you can see, we do have the real battery percentage of the AirPods Pros, but also of the charging case. You can tap on done. Just another feature that I forgot to mention is that these also have a feature called game mode that allows you to reduce the latency in the video and the sound. So it's really good if you're watching a movie on Netflix, or especially if you're playing video games on your phone. Without game mode, turn on the synchronization between the video and the sound is probably delayed around at 1 second, but if you do turn it on, it does reduce it at around 0.5 seconds to 0 seconds, depending on what you're watching and which app you're using. So now that are connected to your phone, you can see that we do have the widget of the battery percentage of the AirPods Pro right here on your home screen. Simply go right there and see the percentage. If you do pull down the control center, we are going to have the AirPods Pro's logo, and of course this is going to have the audio sharing feature like any other new clones. If you go to the Bluetooth settings, you can see that your device is connected right here. You can change the name to whatever you want. Here we do have the noise cancellation and transparency mode menu. You can also change the pressure controls to Siri or whatever you want. And of course, we do have the about page. So one thing I really haven't tested on clones is the AirTip fit test. On most clones, it does not work at all. So just for you guys, I'm going to test it today on the Superpods version 5.5 and see if it does work or not. So I'm going to put the earbuds in my ears, and then I'm going to go with the AirTip fit test. I'm going to try to reduce the volume if it's possible. And then let's tap on continue, and then let's start. So as you can see right away, it says that I do have a good seal. Try again. The AirTip fit test keeps saying it's a good seal even though I don't have the earbuds in my ears. Just like most clones, AirTip fit tests are not going to work unless if you have the original AirPods Pros. So another feature you're going to have is the Find My and the Find My iPhone app. You'll be able to locate your AirPods Pros in the map, and obviously this is going to be as close as it's going to get. And if you do tap on play sound, it's going to try to connect to your device. And as you can hear, there's actually the Find My iPhone sound coming from the earbuds to locate them if you lost them. As is my latest testings at 50% volume, ANC and transparency mode turned off, I was able to get both sides of the earbuds left and the right side over 4 hours and a half. So specifically on my latest test, the left side I was able to get 4 hours and 40 minutes, and on my right side I was able to get 4 hours and 46 minutes. So that is pretty close to the original ones when it comes to the battery life, or advertised at around 4 hours and a half at 50% volume with ANC turned on. So right now I'm going to test out the sound quality of the Superpods version 5.5 on Spotify. I just want to quickly mention there's no EQ aka equalizers turned on Spotify. I will do that after my testing just to see how much it could be improved with the EQ turned on. So right now let's test out the Superpods version 4.5 with EQ turned off. So let's play some music. So yeah, the sound quality of the Superpods version 5.5 do sound really good. Now compared to the Superpods version 4.5, these are going to have more bass than those. It's going to sound better when it comes to the bass of the instruments, and of course it does have some clarity. I do find that the Superpods version 4.5 do have more clarity than these. Now compared these to the real AirPods Pro, I do find that the real AirPods Pros do sound really good. They have bass, they have a lot of clarity, but those are mainly probably used for listening for podcasts, watching movies, and YouTube videos, but they're not the best earbuds with the most bass. So right now I'm going to go into the equalizer settings in the Spotify app. I'm going to switch things up and see how much I can improve with the equalizer and the bass, and also in the clarity of the vocals of the instruments. So let's try this out. I'm going to put the earbuds back into my ears. I will be listening to the same music to make it fair. Play the music and turn on the equalizer. Okay, it sounds pretty much the same thing. Now let's adjust the settings. Okay, now there's way more bass in the instruments, especially in the drums. And if you reduce it, now there's less bass and it's more clarity in the vocals. I don't know on this side. As I'm adjusting these settings, it sounds more like a live concert. Vocals are really clear at this setting. If I bring this back up, the bass is back. So yeah, with the equalizer turned on, you can definitely increase the bass by a lot on these. The clarity of the vocals, you can play with the equalizer, especially on the Spotify app, if you do have the Spotify premium plan. What's up guys, this is the microphone test of the Superpods version 5.5. The audio that you're listening right now is basically what's going to sound like whenever you're making a phone call. And as you can tell already that the Superpods version 5.5 do sound way better and clearer than the Superpods version 4.5, and that they're going to be way more usable. So this is the second microphone test of the Superpods version 5.5, but this time it's going to be a little bit different. We do have some people talking around us, and this is how it's going to sound when you're making a phone call with someone, with people talking around you. And yeah, let me know if it's clear enough or not. So of course this is going to have the pressure control feature. If you press once, it is going to pause. If you press twice, it is going to go to the next song. If you press 4 times on any of the sides, it is going to go back to the previous song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, it goes back to the previous song. Now on the left side of the earbuds, if you press 3 times, you'll be activating the game mode, which once again, like I said, is going to reduce the latency by a lot. As for the right side of the earbuds, if you do press 3 times, it is going to activate the spatial audio feature. So let's have a look at the ANC feature. So right now it's currently off. Let's turn ANC. Okay, so it does reduce a lot of the noises, especially with the low frequency sound. It does a really good job with that. Turn on transparency mode. Okay, so transparency mode does a decent job. So yeah, ANC does a really good job. Now I did some testing before, like I said, I did try wearing headphones and simulating videos with voices, and of course with the airplane sound, with the real AirPods Pro and with the Superpods version 4.5. And I can tell you that the real AirPods Pro is better at blocking the lower frequency sound. So let's say the airplane sound, the AC, the fan, the traffic, the subway train, and the Superpods version 4.5 can simulate almost the same thing as the original AirPods Pro. So I would say when it comes to the lower frequency sound, is about 85% as good as the real AirPods Pro. But when I've tested the higher frequency sound, comparing the Superpods version 5.5 and to the real AirPods Pro, when I'm listening to some voices, to the radio, I can tell that the Superpods version 5.5 does do a better job of blocking voices, just by a slight tiny bit better. So one of the few last things I want to test out right now is the spatial audio feature. Let's see if it does work. Okay, there's a difference in the audio. It does sound more cinematic, sounds better for watching movies. But when I'm turning my head to the left side and to the right side, it doesn't really change anything. There's no head tracking. To turn on spatial audio, like I said, you have to press 3 times on the right side. So I'm going to do that right now. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to turn my head to the left side. Yep, spatial audio does work. So once again, I'll drop a link down in the description where you guys can check these out. These are the Superpods version 5.5. They are really good when it comes to the updated features. The ANC is going to be as close to around 85% compared to the AirPods Pro. When it comes to transparency mode, these are around 65-70% max like the original ones. You're going to get around 2 to 3 extra charges with the case. I did a few tests at around 50% volume. I was able to get over 4 hours and a half. So yeah, that's it for this video. Everything that I've talked about will be down below in the description. I'll also drop a link where you guys can check these out. Once again, if you guys got any questions, comment below in this video and respond to them. Other than that, consider subscribing to the channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Turn on the notification bell to not miss any video. Give a big thumbs up if you did enjoy. So yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Let it go.